I'm actually really disappointed. So I'm after coming down here to Marble Arch. I'd fully intended on doing this incredible video for you, all through Marylebone, the Wallace Collection, Marylebone Village, show you all the beautiful Marylebone High Street. And the weather is appalling, so that when life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade, my lovely. So we're going to go inside. I want to bring you into one of the newest museums in London. I'm kind of excited about this. There's exhibits by Jean-Michel Basquiat, the internationally renowned graffiti artist, Banksy, Hirst, Jeff Koons. So let me take you into the Moco Museum. Bear with me, I'm improvising today, but that sometimes is better than anything. Stay tuned, you guys. So here we are, and it's situated right at the top of Marble Arch, you guys. So this, Banksy, Haring, Kusama, Warhol, Basquiat, Hirst, Koons and Koons. Let's go check it out. So Moco, you guys, is short for Modern and Contemporary Museum. Now, obviously, I'm not going to disturb other clients in there, so we will be as quiet as we can, but just enjoy the experience. This is Jeff Koons. Says, I think art teaches us how to feel, what our parameters can be, what sensations can be like, and it makes you more engaged with life. This one is entitled Smokers by Tom Weisselman. It's actually beautiful. Now this next piece is gorgeous. It's called Butterflies and Household Glass on Canvas. And it's his distinctive approach to art explores the themes of life, death and beauty in the natural world. And it's made up of a kaleidoscope of incredible butterfly wings. Look at this, you guys. So amazing. Now this is beautiful. I can't say I understand his meaning behind it, but its description here is a radical arrangement of symmetry, the human voice is a meditation on the fragility of life and beauty. And it's not like a stained glass window or a cathedral, which often reflects a religious interpretation of human existential questions. But I do like that. That's Damien Hirst, you guys. Very pretty. So this is Keith Haring, and he was brought up in a very Christian home, spent a lot of time in church and Bible classes, but this imagery is the darker side of him, his representation of hell, apparently, with the X for eyes and the razor-sharp teeth and engulfed in flames. So possibly some childhood trauma coming out there with regards to his envisioning of the devil and eternal flames and hell. It's another piece of work by him here. Now, I don't claim to be able to interpret these. I'm reading the little sidebars for you guys. Apparently this is a very recognized pattern from his street art, and the majority of these that we're seeing today are street artists. And of course we do have an incredible graffiti tour, or tours by foot that you can take. We're going to put links to the website and tickets for your journeys, and if you're interested in the street art scene. This is his Mickey Mouse, and this dates back to 1985. It's on loan from a private collection, Keith Haring. So I'm probably going to get this pronunciation wrong, but this one's quite fascinating. This is Ethylena chlorhydrin, and it's a Damien Hirst, and it reflects that society's obsession with pharmaceutical pills. And you see the pills all lined up along here, and how we so knowingly trust our pharmacists and doctors, and we take so many of these pharmaceuticals, not truly knowing what effect they're having on our body. And this is pretty special. I just thought it was a mirror until I saw all the medication that's lined up along there. He's widely renowned, Damien Hirst, as being one of the most rebellious members of the young British artists from the late 1980s, along with Tracy Emin. They're all Turner Award-winning, prize-winning artists. He has a unique way of looking at everything in life, and probably one of his most controversial were the wasn't it the calf he did, or the cow he did in formaldehyde? I saw one actually, I think it was a lamb in Tate Britain. This is Damien Hirst. Now this is quite fascinating. So this is by Daniel Arshan, and it's actually made of fiberglass, steel, blue calcite, quartz, selenite, and hydrostone. And it says here, growing up in Miami, the artist developed a fascination for vintage cars, and this is his representation of the Porsche 911S Coupe from 1975. It's been cast to exact precision. And true to form, it says, Arshan has sculpted unique erosions and cutaway areas where blue calcite and quartz crystals are imbued in the sculpture. This is Jean-Michel Basquiat, famous internationally renowned street artist. He was brought up in Brooklyn, New York. A lot of these works are on loan from private collections. Look at this rock star. So pop art, a leading figure in the pop art movement in America. He turned his attention to the pop movement, and I suppose some of his most famous pieces of work are the bottles of Coke, the cans of Campbell soup, dollar signs, and celebrities including Marilyn Monroe. I believe he did Elvis as well, and James Dean, didn't he? He's quoted as saying, "I want to be a machine." Look at this. He actually famously declared himself that he wanted to be as famous as the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II. Now, naturally, she didn't pose for this. This is a photograph. He made this from a photograph by Peter Grudgeon during her Silver Jubilee in 1977, and he recreated this incredible image. Now, this reflects his obsession with shoes, and he was a very famous shoe designer as well, and a fashion illustrator for Glamour magazine and Harper's Bazaar. So some people called him the Leonardo da Vinci of the shoe industry. So this is Diamond Dust Shoes, it's called. And finally, he had an obsession as well with Pablo Picasso, who was one of the most revered artists in the Cubist movement. And if you all remember that amazing photo of Picasso in the black and white striped shirt, this is Andy Warhol's version of Pablo Picasso. Do you know, I'm not obviously I don't know an awful lot about art, but I know there's something about Andy Warhol that really piques the interest. But this is, again, on loan from a private collection. Imagine owning them. Oh wow. Now the space is really lovely. We're going upstairs now for Tracy Emin, Murakami, Banksy, Kondo, and JR, and Cause. It's a beautiful space, so we're heading up here. It's quite busy actually, busy enough. Oh wow. Oh, here's Tracy Emin. So this is beautiful. It says, when was the last time you spoke the words of your heart and soul? And then announced it in bright neon lights. Now this is her own handwriting as well, and she is quite controversial actually, because she's not afraid to speak her mind through her art. She uses her personal history to direct her work, and she speaks loudly about topics actually that are quite tabooed, included unreported rape, public humiliation, sexism, botched abortions, alcoholism, promiscuity, sex and love. And that is a reflection here of her in her handwriting, "Keep me safe." I can't believe this is so noisy in here. People are just trying to enjoy the space, you know? And here we have probably the most famous street artist of them all, the incredible Banksy. And it says here, we are all humans until race disconnects us, religion separated us, politics divided us, and wealth classified us. This one is titled The Waterfall. It's part of the crude oil series. Actually, it was on display, it says here, at Barely Legal, which was Banksy's third major exhibition and the first of its kind in the United States, and that was attended by artists, curators, critics, collectors, and many, many celebrities. I think Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are big fans of Banksy's. They buy quite frequently. So I regularly talk about this incident, actually, when I go to Stonehenge, and it was called the Battle of the Beanfield. And this was horrendous. It took place in June 1985, and as you can see, it's quite one of the most peaceful spiritual places. And over 1,300 police officers waged a brutal attack on 600 New Age travellers that were there for summer solstice. According to the Observer, they refused them entrance to the site. Pregnant women with babies were being clubbed by the police, and dozens of New Age travellers were injured rather. 8 police officers and 16 travellers ended up in hospital, and 537 travellers were eventually arrested. It was the largest mass arrest of civilians since the Second World War, perhaps even the largest in English legal history, and that was known. And this is his representation of it, and you see the contrast with them dancing with flowers in the field in their riot gear. I mean, it really hits home. He's so clever what he does. This is probably one of the most famous and recognized works, though, his flower thrower. It usually shows up in all the volatile cities around the world. It showed up in Palestine, it showed up in Berlin, and the illusion is he's supposed to be throwing a Molotov cocktail, but of course there's a bunch of flowers instead. So it's probably one of his most recognized ones. He's just brilliant as well, isn't he? Amazing to think he got his start here in London as well. They say he's from Bristol. Actually, we still don't know who he is, but his work is still popping up everywhere. This one is fabulous for all you nurses out there. This is to reflect the self-sacrifice of nurses, and you see like a superhero in the background as her shadow. And for a period of time here, nurses can come free to this exhibit, and they're encouraging people to offer a lot more free services for caregivers and the ultimate self-sacrifice. I love this because it's, ironically, sending you a lot of love, 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 and it's to mirror the repeat process of a typewriter stamp. And this is old Hayden Gaze. This is a bit more uplifting. This. He scratched out the name Pablo Picasso. That is so clever. If graffiti changed anything, it would be illegal. There's another one of a police officer corrupting. It says, Banksy continues the theme of corrupting authority figures in this rare canvas work signed by the anonymous street artist. Thought to be one of his first screen prints by Banksy, Rude Copper is an ironic statement piece that makes us look at the police officers in a not-so-serious light. He also says how we're socialized into believing, into being immediately have respect for people in uniform, even when they're being rude. Now, I don't want to cause trouble with the police, but I do have an issue with like those litter wardens that dress like police, or those CSOs, those plastic cops. But anyway, this is just his use of satire and dark humor, I think, makes him stand out from most people. I mean, you can tell what he's saying before you even say it, you know, just by his work. He makes it easy for you. This is the smiling copper, the heavily armed copper with the smiley face, the paradox of it. That's what the irony is suggesting here. This is on loan from a private collection as well. This is what he says here. Graffiti is just a form of protest art and is more true than most of what's going on in the art world. It's a recurring theme of his, the monkey. There's an amazing picture of all the members of Parliament as monkeys in the House of Commons. That's one of my favourites. So this is quite interesting. This is an exhibit here, all inside here, by Robbie Williams, a former member of Take That we know has suffered from a lot of anxiety, suffered from many addictions as well. And it says here, he presents his never-before-seen work in sculptures, expanding his visual language or humour. This is by Robbie. I like this. Give your anxiety a silly name. Mine is called Blanche. This is Blanche. Assuming this is Blanche as well. Yes, it is. It's quite clever. Oh my god, this is so clever. I'm dead now. Please like and subscribe. Am I guilty of that, you guys? Radical honesty at the social event. It says, to be completely honest, I'm not sure if we are friends or we've just been in the same room a lot in the last 15 years. Here's another one. Yes, I didn't want to come, and now I don't want to be here. Wow. So this room is kind of dedicated to his prescription drug addiction. And it says here, violets are blue, roses are red, lock the cabinet, or I'll steal your meds. These are all the words in a comfort sweater that he specifically felt. This was tortured by anxiety, narcissism. He was introverted but expected to be an extrovert. He was depressed, paranoid. Wow. It's a real insight into him, actually. He really struggled. This is quite interesting. It shows all the different medications used to want to combat any of his neuroses, I suppose you'd call it. So this is Robbie Williams' introvert chair. It says the introvert in this chair is socially overwhelmed and taking a mental health break. Rules of engagement. Do not engage with the introvert. If you must, do the thumbs up sign to the introvert, but even that is unadvised. The introvert will leave the chair when the introvert is ready and not before. Thank you for your understanding. It's so cute. This is Robbie Williams' exhibit in the Moco Museum in London. Just because you're dyslexic doesn't mean you're stupid. Whatever universe I find you, everyone's a dickhead except you. I will not be honouring my commitments today, and I will be feeling marvellous about it. Wow, that's every Sunday for me, guys. I get it. I absolutely get it. This is fabulous as well. Yes, you are self-centered, but what a marvelous self to be centered on. That's very clever. My God, Robbie, I'm impressed. This is really cool. I want all the attention and at the same time none at all. And finally, so this is downstairs. This is digital art. So bear with me. We'll show you around. This is quite unique over here. If you walk towards it, it kind of... Oh my god, there I am, can you see? It's quite cool actually. Flick my hair like that. Oh, I like that. My hair out. That's very cool. I'm on the front of Time magazine, you guys. Democracy is under attack. Please like and subscribe. Kind of like this actually. It says the Department of Corrections in New York City in the middle. Gummy bear. This is quite cool. So this video is it says Ezequiel Pini is an award-winning Argentinian digital artist and designer based in Barcelona. And over the last decade, he has pioneered the use of 3D to create imagery, dreamlike worlds, and to create imaginary dreamlike worlds with his signature clean, modern aesthetic. He refined imagination, poetic compositions, avant-garde mind, and elegant skills. For its uniqueness and pointier results, so his vision of a impure world. Let's have a look and see what this is all about. This is Luna Garden. Wow. Raised in Miami, born in Cleveland, Daniel Arsham attended the Cooper Union in New York and began his career in stage design with. This experience sparked a career-long interest in bridging the disciplines of fine art and architecture. Let's see what this is all about. Oh wow. Look at this. Well, I'm not entirely sure how that's going to be received with you all, but I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that. Don't worry, I'm going to be back with Tripping the Colours. I'm going to do a entire Marleybone video and so much more. Thank you for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed parts of that anyway. See you on the next one, my lovelies. Sinead here with Tours by Foot.